Down in the bottom right, our Zerg player leading 1 game to none.
Solar.
Of course, Solar looking fantastic there. Even the poster is afraid of him. Look at his shape.
Yeah, it's so nervous, man. Feeling the energy.
Solar.
Over here, the top left.
Journey.
Squeeze that one out. Just holding on to that feeling, man.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, here's that quick scout again. We'll see.
I think he's really going to actually put a barracks down this time. Yeah. No second SCV to accompany this, though, so it could just be Reapers.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, we will see. It is. So 11 racks proxy Reaper. We'll see what damage he can get done.
This is actually, like, I think... I looked at this and I thought to myself, you know, after what happened in Game 1 and based on how well he played a macro game, it would be almost crazy for him to do a 2 barracks proxy. I feel like this suits his playstyle that I've seen only once a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, you know, if you're ever teamless and you just got into Code A, even if you're like Meme, that one guy who got in one time, like you don't just cheese all your games. It doesn't make sense, or you know, you don't send out SCVs every game. But if you send out to go like just a Reaper and poke a little bit and get an early lead like that, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't all in by any means. He's certainly sacrificed some economy, but he's counting on the Reapers actually getting some kills here, as opposed to a regular Reaper opening where you basically are like, oh, I got 2 Zerglings, okay.
Yeah.
You know, oh, that's cool, yeah. Well, he's actually throwing down a bunker here. Now, this is definitely going to scare Solar a little bit.
He's going to, you know, have the Reaper to help protect the SCV finishing that, so... It's tough in Solar's mind to actually commit to pulling more drones to kill his bunker because he doesn't know if anything is coming. It could just be a fake.
You know what? I said Solar is going to be scared, but it turns out I was completely wrong. This is a very manly response of not even like really trying to... Watch this. He's going to cancel that and kill the SCV. Do it. I want to see it.
That would be so cool.
So the Reaper's like committing forward pretty far, and that SCV has like 1 hit left, I believe.
He actually needs to cancel it eventually, right? Like,
yeah.
And yet the SCV definitely has 1 hit left.
Oh, he gets it. Oh, and kills it off right before, and he loses the Reaper. Oh, God. Poor Journey.
If what happened in Game 1 it didn't phase him, this certainly will. You know, from a mental standpoint, that's so painful. Now he's got a barracks out in the middle of the map, far from home. His CC was delayed, of course, a little bit because of this.
Well... This has been a very rough proxy Reaper, unfortunately. Losing that first one, I feel very bad for him after that.
Do you think he's going to try to go mech off of this? We've seen players like Gumiho do this. I think we've seen Flash do this once where he just like flies the barracks home and then just goes mech and doesn't even make any more Marines.
Well, without ever having played the map and only having seen a little bit of it yesterday, I only caught part of that TVZ on this map. I don't really know the map well, but I would say absolutely mech is a good choice because it's mech.
Yeah.
And it's super cost efficient. It's definitely something you could win with. And he is going into 2 fact. Most likely means mech, but sometimes this is just for like a...
Triple Hellion.
Yeah, Blue Flame, you know, just try to mess him up. We'll see, though. Overlord is going to figure it out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you proxy your 1 barracks. Overlord gets to see everything.
Yep, definitely true. All you need to do is sneeze like a little bit facing downwards and he's going to see that.
Yeah.
This actually is a pretty scary counterattack with these Zerglings because he doesn't have a bunker or anything on the low ground.
He has a bunker.
Oh, does
he? Doesn't he?
I don't think so.
Was that a depot that he made next to his command center?
Well, even if it is a bunker, I don't think he's got anything inside of it, does he? He could have put those Reapers in. Okay, no, you're right. 2 Reapers in there. Never mind.
So probably wants to load those in. Yeah. Good micro. Good save there. And the Ling's not going to be able to really do anything.
And I think it is actually going to be the Hellion follow-up.
Yeah, but you oftentimes do go into mech from that anyways, so it definitely could be a mech build still. We'll see. Sees a tech lab. He's going to check it out, and he knows. Okay, so now the Blue Flame Hellion attack shouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Roach Warren thrown down. And as I say that, the Roach Warren gets thrown down.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to make that many of them.
No, he doesn't.
He could make like 5.
But the reverse side of that coin is he could make a lot of them.
And then, then he could actually try to not only hold this, but end the game off of it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's seen that third CC, which would give him another tip off of, okay, you're not really, you're not going to have a lot of units following this up. Probably not going to have any barracks going down after this.
Yeah, that could actually show him that maybe he should go for a lot of roaches. If your opponent's just going Hellions into a third base, then they don't do that well against roaches.
Am I mistaken here, or did he just not even research Blue Flame?
He canceled.
Okay.
He started it and canceled it, and I think that's because it got scouted. He realizes what's the point. And he starts 2 eBays, so this is actually going to be a somewhat normal bio-type game. But he already has 2 factories, so we'll see what he makes out of it. Does he go for Batman again, or does he go into Widow Mines? Does he want some siege tanks? I think 1 siege tank is called for when your opponent has seen you're going 2 factory Hellion.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty safe. So, I mean, the investment here has been essentially wasted, but he's trying to get into his opponent's head a little bit here, and the roaches are not going to be useful at all after this Hellion attack if he goes into bio, as they just don't scale well against that healing power of the Medivacs.
Now, a Zergling actually got all the way in to see the second factory, and if he was really paying attention, he could have seen that he's not researching anything, and that these Hellions don't have Blue Flame, which would tell him that this has basically been canceled, and he does need to make another roach.
There's no more Hellions on the main base, and also would have seen the tech lab on the barracks researching. So like he's basically aware of what's going on. He starts the melee upgrades for his Zerglings, which means he's very aware that, what's going on. He's going to still use these roaches, of course, to deflect the Hellions, make sure they don't do any damage, because they're still out there.
Yeah, I like the zoning with the roaches. Now, he is going to send them across, it looks like, but the thing is, if you send those across, they aren't going to do any damage, really. 5 roaches at this point in the game on this long of a map. I can't imagine them really getting anything done, but eventually he needs to lose that supply anyways, so in a way it's okay.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to zone the Hellions out a little bit and help protect his tumors that you can see he's pushing across the right side of the map more aggressively, because that's also towards his third base. And I would guess that the 4th he takes is the one that's to the left of his main base. Probably going to see that.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be weird for him to go up north or anything like that.
I haven't had the chance to really talk to you about this. What do you think about the islands on this map? I don't know if they'll ever really be used. They don't have tumors on them.
They do not have tumors on them. That makes it kind of interesting, because I think that means that they will maybe be used sometimes by Terran specifically. But you know what? Maybe in PvT.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, basically in every matchup now, Zerg gets mutas at some point.
That's true.
Not always, but like you generally have the Spire, and you see them switched a lot.
Yeah.
So it makes expanding there a little bit more difficult, because mutas are scary for a well-defended base, and on an island they aren't going to be well-defended generally. So I don't know yet, but I'm glad that they're in there, because we don't get enough interesting expands like that.
Yeah. By the way, Journey again sloppily allows Zerglings into his main base. This has been a recurring theme, and that's a big problem. Does finally start that Drilling Claws upgrade. His upgrades are actually even with the Zerg players, which is never ideal as a Terran. See how much damage he can get here. Gets a free Overlord. I mean, Baneling speed is about to finish. If he can do something before then, that would be really nice. I'm just not quite sure how much he can do against this giant Zerg army right here.
Well, he does have these 3 Widow Mines, and they do actually quite well.
Really well.
Yeah, and with these 3 Marauders there and no Baneling speed yet, he's not going to lose this arm yet, but the thing is, Baneling speed is just about to finish.
Yeah, it's like on the cusp of finishing right now. Any second, he's just going to.
It's on the precipice of finishing here, Wolf.
Yes. It is like on the edge, man.
Well, now it's finished.
Yeah, there's only 2 Banelings.
He has to run out of there. 2 Banelings left. All right, so it is time for. Wait a minute. He started Hellbats, canceled, and then started a Hellbat again and canceled, and now he started a Widow Mine.
Bit of indecision here.
Yeah. Trying to figure out exactly what he wants to go for. Huh. The thing is, we're on these 4 bases, and a top-level Terran will oftentimes be pressuring this 4th already. He's trying to do some drops and stuff, but this map is so long you can't just march down and kill things. The creep spread gets out of hand. They're everywhere.
Oh, wow, he lets them in again. I mean, this isn't going to do any real damage, I don't think, but this should just not happen.
What do you think about this map in this matchup?
I was talking to Taste about this a little bit yesterday. It's really weird to me, and it wasn't really picked too often because it's like when you pick the map, there's two versions of the map, and one version makes you play a completely different way than the other version, and you can never be sure which one you're going to get. So how do you really pick this map against your opponent, in good consciousness? Because in this case, I think he wanted the close spawns, but he didn't get it. So it's like, it's a bit weird. I think it's in these positions pretty good for Zerg actually.
Yeah.
But not the opposite, if they were close.
Yeah, the map looks weird for if they spawned closely here. It looks like, if I just look at it, it looks like a two-player map, but... Anyways, we do have this drop going into the main base. He's going to be able to clean it up rather easily. In the meantime, the rest of this army going to easily slaughter off what Journey has.
But do you know what I mean? Like if you prepare a certain build for a map, you think about all the timings of exactly how long it takes your Hellions to go across the map, and then you just don't know which one you're going to get. So you prepare for a series like this, and you have to basically think about the map that you've picked as two completely different maps, and you have to know twice as much about everything that you're going to do.
I'm trying to get my head around, like, let's say if they actually spawned like top left, top right, is that even doable? Is this map not like locked or something?
Basically, you either spawn like at the bottom, and then the top right, like bottom left and top right, or where they are now. So it's like, it's not just like when you're on Frost and you spawn horizontal spawns where you cross.
It's more like what's the name of that old Curse Plateau? Yeah,
but it's like even more severe than that.
Yeah.
So this is not looking good for this Journey army.
Journey is he's in rough shape. On a map this big, when they're in this type of location, it's pretty hard to beat a good Zerg player. They're going to get that creep spread out. You're not going to be able to kill their fourth base.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, you got to be pretty darn good to be able to take them out. And unfortunately, Journey having a very hard time with things.
Yeah, his opening was a bit rough, getting scouted and all. Dropping Marines one at a time on Banelings is pretty effective, actually, but I don't know if that's going to be what gets him back in this game.
Yeah, this is neither the time nor the place for him to use tactics like that to try to win.
Yeah. I mean, he's dropping units now into a sea of Zerglings.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So, I mean, there's really no way for him to come back. We can't beat around the bush too much. Even though he has like a lot of supply, he basically needs some amazingly good / lucky Widow Mines to go off.
Yeah.
That's really about it. Like, if he has some good Widow Mines, kill some Banelings as well as the Mutaflock, then he can come back. But as is right now, Solar's taking a 5th. His creep spread is like, it's basically good enough that to walk on a creep with his bio-based army and kill this army is like, it's such a tall order.
Yeah, I mean, if he somehow takes a defensive engagement too, where he crushes the army and holds that 4th and gets 3-3, maybe that's what changes. But these Widowmine shots are not good at all.
Yeah, that's a situation where you actually want to unburrow your Widow Mines generally. But good splitting here coming out of Solar. Just continues to get further and further ahead. Journey is trying to take a 4th base.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to it for very long. Once this massive group of units comes over here, he's going to crush this army yet again. Doubling the army supply, more than doubling it, now tripling it. And I think this actually might be the killing blow. GG.
And that is that. Solar taking out Journey 2-0. I think most people expected that, probably Journey as well. It's a tough group. It's a tough world for a new pro coming up.
Yeah.
The difference between the top and the middle even is so drastic. Hard to even win a game. Yeah,
it's so difficult. And I would say that even though Solar had a pretty tough run, they didn't do so well in Code S last season. His Pro League results have shown that he's a great player.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I really like Solar. One of my favorite quote-unquote new Zergs.
Oh, for Journey, this is kind of like, it's an unfortunate and tough loss, but how can he expect to win against a player who has so much more experience than he does? He's just really got to keep his wits together here and try not to let this affect him too much going into the rest of the group.
Yeah, I mean, even if it affects him or it doesn't affect him, can he beat Biel or Deer? Probably not. Like,
Probably
just
not.
realistically speaking, he's not as good a player, or we would really know who he is because we really know who Bjol and Deer are.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it's a tough journey for him,
Yeah.
but we'll see if he can do it. But first, we got to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Bjol versus Deer.